Please welcome Professor of Communication, Nicholas Cole.
As we come together to begin this commencement ceremony, the USC Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism acknowledges that our campus and our city are located on historical Tovangar, the land of the indigenous communities of the Los Angeles Basin. And so, let us take this moment to pay our respects and gratefully acknowledge the native peoples on whose ancestral homelands we gather, as well as the diverse and vibrant native communities who make their home here today. They have stewarded this sacred land throughout the generations, and we honor their traditions, identities, and stories, which are far too often ignored and erased. Thank you.
Assembled guests, please be seated for the processional. Please welcome the USC Trojan Marching Band. Please welcome our USC Annenberg graduates, led by flag bearer Dylan Brazier and banner bearer Alyssa Valdez. led by Dean Willow Bay, Miss Lindsay Vaughn, Miss Sophie Flay, and Director Gordon Stables. Please welcome our USC Annenberg faculty. Please welcome USC Annenberg Dean Willow Bay.
Hello, everyone. Congratulations, graduates. Welcome to our 2026 commencement ceremony. Thank you all for joining us on this very special day when we will award 1,230 of you a degree from the USC Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism. It is an honor for all of us to be sharing this day with you, to be sharing it with the legendary Lindsay Vaughn and our super alumna, Sophie Flay, to be sharing it with your professors, our USC Annenberg faculty, and with our dedicated staff. Faculty and USC Annenberg staff, will you please stand so we can recognize you? And as we, thank you all. As we celebrate you, my very special class of 2026, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the people who have shared this journey with you. Your parents, your grandparents, spouses, children, sisters, brothers, aunts, and uncles. They have challenged you, they've encouraged you, and loved you every step of the way. You all are an important part of the USC Annenberg community too. Your love and your support have contributed so much to the success of our graduates. And so whether you're here with us today or watching at home, please stand as you're able so we can recognize and congratulate you. I see you all, parents in the back. Please stand for a moment. You did it. Now y'all can sit too. There's somebody else while we're acknowledging people right now that I would like to acknowledge. Cash Amos, where are you? There you are. There you are, my friend. You made history last night telling your story. Bravo, you nailed it. You nailed it. And you made us all incredibly proud. Congratulations. So, something happens at this time of year when our graduating class becomes our very special class of 2026. President Kim alluded to this last night too. So why does that happen? Well, from the time you arrived, we've spent time considering questions that guide your journey with us. How do we use the theories, the strategies, the tools and tactics of communication to fulfill our mission, to respect the dignity of each and every human being, and to act in service to all? What do our students really need to learn to use communication to create a more just and equitable world, to propel growth in our fields and disciplines? What skill sets or mindsets will our global creator economy and the emergent terrain of AI require? Who will help us navigate the complexity of our media and communications landscape? And as we take a moment to reflect, we realize that the answers have been taking shape all along in you, this very special class of 2026. You've acquired knowledge in our classrooms. You've also created new knowledge and shared it with the world through scholarly articles, industry-facing projects, and rigorous ethical journalism. You've mastered state-of-the-art tools. Our student journalists, for example, deploy OSINT, open source intelligence tools, to analyze massive volumes of publicly available data to produce original investigative reporting. And one of our graduates today, Isaac Vargas, just won a Pulitzer Prize. As part of a Reuters news team, an assignment that began right here in the classroom. Perhaps most critically, though, you have wrestled with the most contested questions of our time. Who gets heard, who is silenced, and what it really means to protect a free press. You have defended freedom of expression through hard and daily choices in your reporting, in your research, and your creative work. You did it in real life and in real time. You have leveraged the power of communication to nurture, repair, and restore global relationships, forging those critical bonds at a time when we need it most. You've developed strategic communications plans to help leaders and institutions navigate modern business challenges and deliver greater impact in service to our communities. And you've acquired skills that may not appear on your resume, but we know will serve you well on the road ahead. You've learned how to listen with empathy and intention, or as Gustavo Dudamel so beautifully said last night, to listen together to leave behind a more beautiful and harmonious world. Wasn't he incredible last night? And you have developed the judgment and discernment that we know is essential to succeeding in a world where we must assert and protect what it means to be human. So it's very clear how much you've accomplished and how much you've grown personally, intellectually, and professionally. So now you understand why you are our very special class of 2026. And so today, we send you out into the world filled with your own hopes and dreams, but also with some of ours. And we will, as we certainly are today, be cheering you on. And now it's my honor to welcome two remarkable women, Lindsey Vonn, an Olympic champion and a powerful storyteller who has built her legacy on courage and candor, and Sophie Flay, a USC alumna, part-time faculty member, and of course, an ABC News journalist who embodies the values that are so important to us: empathy, integrity, and a deep commitment to community. Sophie was part of KABC's groundbreaking community journalist program when it launched in 2019. KABC embedded multimedia reporters directly into neighborhoods where they lived and worked, maximizing their time in the field rather than at the news bureau. Sophie covered Silver Lake, focusing on stories that, as she described it, made local voices feel heard and important and deserving. She was one of the first reporters on the scene to cover the Eaton Fire in 2025. This fall, Sophie moved into a network role at ABC News, co-anchoring both World News Now and Good Morning America First Look. So that means, everybody, she is on the air from 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. So she should really be asleep right now, but she is here with all of you, so please join me in welcoming Sophie Flay.
Yeah, it's nice to see the daylight. Usually I'm awake in the middle of the night. I just want to start by saying congratulations to the class of 2026, and thank you to Dean Willoughby and the amazing Annenberg faculty for inviting me to be here. It is truly an honor to share this day with you. I walked across the stage in 2018, and while I was a student here, I was lucky enough to realize that those 4 years would truly be the best 4 years of my life. But what makes being back on the stage even sweeter is seeing some of my former students graduate today. But really, we are so proud of all of you. You know, there's a lot to love about USC. The world-class academia, the endless school spirit, and the proximity to the 9-0. But my favorite part is the encouragement you get to try everything here. And it starts before you even get admitted into the university. I remember on my first tour of USC, my tour guide, whose postcard I still have today, said, "We want you to try classes in every school that you're interested in, regardless of your major. Get involved in any club or activity you have a passion for, or just want to try." Now, that might seem like a small comment to make, encouraging, but small in the grand scheme of things. But here's why it's not. There will be people in this world who will try to put you in a box, try to make you feel single-faceted, try to tell you that you can't be one thing when you're already another. But when you learn at the age of 16, 17, 18 that you can be and should be encouraged to try new things, and that you can be multiple things at once, you become limitless. Let's not sugarcoat it. Being multifaceted takes a lot of hard work and a good attitude. That shouldn't be difficult for any of you, because you've just spent the last 4 years at the best university in the world that is the definition of work hard, play hard. Sometimes the hardest person to convince that you are and can be more than one thing is yourself. Thanks largely in part to my time at Annenberg, I've proven to myself that I can be a writer, producer, photographer, editor, reporter, anchor, all in the same day. Sometimes all within the same 2 to 4 hours. And if you spend any time in the media center, you know what I mean. But here's a better example. You can be a sister, a daughter, a World Cup champion, an Olympic gold medalist, a New York Times best-selling author, executive producer, philanthropist, absolutely slay the Met Gala red carpet, and make one of the most anticipated comebacks of all time in sports history, break your leg, and still be nominated to Team USA. And now it is my great honor to introduce you to the blueprint of what it means to be limitless, one of the greatest athletes of our time, Lindsey Vonn.
Whoa! I think this is the first time that the accomplishment is just walking up to the podium instead of stepping onto one. USC Annenberg class of 2026, congratulations. And thank you, Sophie, for that kind introduction, and also to Dean Willow for inviting me here today. You know, I asked a lot of my friends if they remember who their commencement speaker was, and literally none of them said they remembered, so I really hope I leave you with at least a few tidbits on life after this incredible milestone. And tell people that you heard me too. I should be honest, though, I never went to college. So in many ways, I'm living vicariously through all of you right now, witnessing what hard work and dedication look like from a different perspective. Some of you may recognize me as an Olympic champion. Most of you probably know me from my Olympic crash on live TV a few months ago. But there are lessons for life in both. You're probably thinking I'm going to tell you about winning, about working hard, about talent, and pushing past your limits. But after all is said and done, I've come to realize the most profound wins I have achieved in my life are actually my failures. Think back on your last 4 years here. This degree is an accumulation of the many events you didn't let break you. The all-nighters, the classes where you thought you could never reach the grades you sought, the hours you sacrificed going to the library instead of going with your friends to the 9-0. What you've achieved is no small feat. It's a milestone in your life. You showed up, you put in the work, and today you stand at the top of your first real summit. That degree is proof of what you're capable of when you commit to something hard. Remember this feeling as you confront the challenges in your career and in life. The exciting part is that you are standing at the base of a brand new mountain. And when you reach the top, I promise, the view will be worth the climb. Some of you sit here today thinking you know exactly what comes next. And some of you, and this is completely okay, have no idea what comes next. Whether you can see the top of your next mountain or not, it's there. Neither your confidence nor your fear is going to tell you what the climb is actually going to require. A few months ago, I stood in an Olympic starting gate with the world watching. Despite having been retired for 6 years, getting a knee replacement on my right knee, absolutely no ACL in my left knee, which I actually still don't have right now, and every reason to listen to those who told me to stay home, I was back. At 41 years old, racing against women half my age, and yet I had crawled my way back to #1 in the world. And I knew, thank you. And I knew I had a legitimate chance to win. The happy ending to finish my career was just 2 minutes away down the mountain. But then I crashed. My right arm caught a gate. I was 5 inches off my line. And just like that, I was cartwheeling through the air, landing with my leg fractured into pieces, staring up at the sky, knowing it was all over. I'll come back to that moment, because what I kept thinking about, lying in my hospital bed, is exactly what I want to leave you with today. As I said earlier, I'm not up here to tell you how to win. I'm up here to tell you how to keep going when you fall. and why, if you do, the winning will come. In my career, I started in over 400 World Cup races. I won 84 times and stood on 145 podiums. Everyone focuses on the wins, but if you think about it, that means there were over 250 times I went home empty-handed, with only the belief in myself and my work ethic that kept driving me. Because no one has a perfect record. No one escapes life unscathed. The path to success is not a straight line. Success is not possible without a foundation built on two things: belief and hard work. Not talent, definitely not luck. Belief and work. Throughout my career, I was told, more than once, by many people who were supposed to know, that I would never make it, that my style was wrong, that I was too aggressive, that I didn't have the right body type, that I simply didn't have what it took. Maybe I should have listened, but I didn't. Not because I was arrogant, but because I knew something about myself that they didn't. I knew how hard I was working, and I believed I was capable of more. Because I trained longer, I recovered faster, I showed up every single day with everything I had. And I knew that if I stopped believing in myself every time someone told me I couldn't, I would never achieve my true potential. When I won my first World Cup race at 19, some of those same people called it a fluke. When I won my first overall World Cup title, they said, "It'll never happen again." When I used men's skis, they told me I wasn't strong enough. When I broke records, they said I wore too much makeup. When I got onto the cover of magazines, they told me I was just using my looks and never acknowledged my wins. And on and on. That's how my entire career went. Every milestone came with a new round of doubt or criticism from somewhere. Because that's how it works. The doubters don't disappear when you succeed. They just find a new angle. People will underestimate you, challenge you, and question you for most of your life, which means the belief has to come from you, because it will never come consistently from the outside. I'm not telling you to ignore feedback. Be honest with yourself. Work hard on your weaknesses. But there is a big difference between someone helping you get better and a voice telling you that you don't belong. You need to know the difference. And when it's the latter, tune it out completely. Every single person in this room has been underestimated by someone. What you do with that is your choice. Instead of letting it slow you down, choose to use it as fuel. You have the opportunity to choose every single day to believe you are capable of something extraordinary. In 2010, I won my first Olympic gold medal, and my life changed forever. I went from being relatively unknown to being interviewed by Oprah in the course of a day. That was pretty cool, actually. I was literally on top of the world. And then, for the next several years, I fell. Not metaphorically, I actually crashed. I know that's really hard to believe. But I crashed repeatedly and hard. I tore my ACL. Then I tore it again 8 months later. I fractured my arm, my ankle, surgery after surgery. There were moments lying on a mountain in emergency rescue helicopters and hospital beds, moments when defeat nearly consumed me. And I want to be honest, there were also injuries that weren't just physical. My personal life fell apart during some of those years too. I got divorced, I struggled with depression, body image, anxiety. Those were some of the hardest years of my life. But here's what I want you to understand. No matter how low you get, no matter how dark the world may seem around you, you have to keep going because your greatest achievements are right around the corner. And after every injury and every surgery, I had to pick myself back up. I reset my mind with a new goal, and I got back to work. I started over. I trained. I believed. And somehow, I found a way to win again. Because the crashes didn't break me. They taught me about fortitude, patience, and how to evolve. They taught me about my body in ways that made me a smarter, better athlete. The personal losses taught me what I actually valued, what I was willing to fight for, and what I needed to let go. The wins were incredible, and I cherish every single one of them. But the wins didn't teach me who I was. The crashes did. And the records aren't impressive because they were easy. They're meaningful because they were hard. One of the few guarantees in life is that you're going to fall, and it's going to hurt. And in that moment, how you respond will matter more than anything else. That is your opportunity. Don't waste it. When you struggle in your career, in a relationship, in something you worked incredibly hard for, ask yourself, what can this teach me? Then get back up, apply what you learned, and go again. Because in my experience, the falls that felt like endings were usually the beginning of something I could have never seen coming. Because you don't always win. But if you're paying attention, you will always learn. And those lessons are what will eventually help you succeed. You're graduating today into a world that is changing faster than any generation before you. The fields you studied, communication, journalism, PR, and public diplomacy, are being remade in real time. Artificial intelligence isn't coming, it's already here. The tools are evolving week to week. The job titles that exist today may look completely different in 5 years. Some may not exist at all. And new ones that no one's named yet, will take their place. I know that can feel like standing at the base of a mountain and watching the terrain shift beneath your feet before you've even taken your first step. But that has always been the mountain. The terrain in life will always shift. And the people who reach the summit are never the ones who waited for it to stop moving. They're the ones who learn to read the mountain, adapt to it, and when necessary, carve a new path through it entirely. You are communicators, storytellers, the people who will shape how this next era is understood, explained, and navigated. That's a role that doesn't get replaced. It's a role that becomes more essential as the noise gets louder. Your job is to find the path through the new terrain, to create it, to pave it. No one is going to hand you a map, but that's the point. The people I know who are the most fulfilled, the ones who seem like they're exactly where they're supposed to be, none of them are where they thought they'd be. They followed something unexpected. They said yes to something that didn't make sense on paper. They let the mountain evolve, and they kept climbing anyway. So keep your head up, stay curious, work hard wherever you land. Don't be so attached to your plan that you miss the opportunities standing right in front of you. So, as I promised, I want to come back to that moment I told you about. That night after my Olympic crash, lying in a hospital bed where I had a lot of time to think. And what I kept coming back to was this. My Olympic dream didn't finish the way I dreamt it would. It wasn't a storybook ending. It was just life. But here's what I know about life, and about ski racing, and about anything worth doing. We take risks. We dream. We love. We jump. And sometimes we fall. Sometimes our hearts break. Sometimes we don't achieve the things we know we could have. But we can try. And that, the trying, is the whole point. I have no regrets, literally, not one. Because standing in that starting gate, knowing I had earned the right to be there, knowing I had a real chance to win, that was already a victory. That crash didn't take that from me. Nothing could. And you are about to walk out of here into a world that's going to ask you to dare, to step into your own starting gate. Maybe it's your first job and you're not sure you're ready. Maybe it's a company you want to build and everyone thinks the odds are stacked against you. Maybe it's a seat at the table no one handed to people like you without a fight. Step into that gate anyway, because the daring, the act of trying when the outcome isn't guaranteed, that's where the next phase of your education really begins. Out there, in the risk, in the attempt, in the willingness to stand at the top of something terrifying and trying anyways. I have stood at the top of some of the most beautiful mountains in the world. But when I think about who I am, really, at my core, I don't think about the wins or the records. I think about the little girl from Minnesota who was told she'd never make it. I think about every starting gate I stood in afraid. I think about every time I climbed back up after a crash, with broken bones, with nobody watching. That's who I am. I'm the person who refused to give up. So dare to dream, even when it's hard, even when the outcome is uncertain, even when people think you're crazy for trying. Jump, because the only real failure in life is not trying. Class of 2026, I believe in you, and I cannot wait to see what your future holds. Now go. Fight on. Your mountain awaits.
Please welcome Dean Willow Bay, Director of Schools Gordon Stables, and Associate Dean of Admissions Allison Hill for the presentation of degrees.
Good morning, everyone. Earlier this week, we awarded the Doctorate of Communication to our students. So this morning, we will begin by presenting the master's degrees from our schools of Communication and Journalism. Followed by our bachelor's degrees from our schools of Journalism and Communication. Joining Dean Bay and I to present degrees is our Associate Dean of Admissions, Allison Hill, who, whether or not you knew her, she knew you. She is retiring this year after 25 years of service to USC Annenberg. Graduates, after you've received your diploma, please return to your seats and remain seated until the ceremony concludes. Parents and families, please remain in your seats. We've arranged for professional photography And as a special gift from Dean Bay, each graduate receives a complimentary photo. So congratulations, class of 2026. Enjoy being the first Annenberg class to ever graduate from this beautiful and historic location. And let's begin.
Presenting the graduates in Digital Media Management. Christopher Clapp.
Joshua Seth Zapata.
Stephen Breen.
Gamaliel Hernandez.
Annette Reed.
Erica Ann Redding.
Natalie Swanson.
Caitlin Ray Scapars.
Stephanie Avila.
Benjamin Gonzalez.
Gregory Perez.
Madeline Whalen.
Rhea Reynolds. Ariane Mobasher.
Michael Williams.
Keegan Peters.
Cameron Ward.
Katrina Lehner.
Erica Rose St. Louis.
Rodney Mitchell Jr.
Samantha Sierra Yvonne Bailey.
Emily Delgado Vargas.
Samantha Selena Lebrecht.
Julia Thomas.
Jalen Corley.
Erica Sheeran Davis.
Pauline Mikhail.
Catherine Trask.
Alexa Amanda Manesses.
Alexis Joy Lynn Liggins.
Zika Anuma Oko.
Michael Anthony Gonzalez.
Freya Wong.
Aria Bell.
Ashley Zhao.
Alexander Raymond Bauman.
Donaldo Nunez.
Tyra Nicole Hicks.
Ilse Jasmine Leal Sanchez.
Jasmine Corneal.
Elise Bobick.
Mona Long.
Truck Tan Vanessa Tong.
Tammy Lolua Unkande.
Timothy Stedham.
Taylor Overstreet.
Victor Daniel Perez Palacios. Nicole Noelani Gentry.
William Kim.
Peyton Size.
Andrea Campos.
Caroline Watkins.
Leila Amadi.
Richard Haywood.
Anika Walnina.
Marissa Pineda.
Nicole Lee.
Andira Anzala.
Nyla Tukapa.
Marcelo Luis Renara.
Gabrielle Garcia.
Trinity Simone Simmons.
Margot Waldy.
Diana Wan.
Cameron Karen McMahon.
Natalie Salazar.
Isabel Almasquita.
Carolina Hernandez.
Tamia Mallory.
Danitza Anel Reyes Hernandez.
Bailey Evan Williams.
Shalendria Williams.
Oscar Innocent.
Matthew Rogers.
Maya Zafrani,
Gregory Beecham,
Chloe Fields,
Jasmine Tristina Watkins,
Katie Vandermark,
Kiera Haynes,
Brittany Denbeston,
Luis Arellano,
Emily Brody,
Nailea Maritza Castillo,
Gui Shang Li,
Mariah Angela Howell,
Luca Jager Lafayette,
Emily Gadini,
Lixueth Garcia Nunez,
Julian Alexander James Burke, Eileen Pacheco, Darby Lehman,
Sharare Kazani,
Zarina Faye de la Masa, Mariama Saul, Yu Ting Chiu, Ying Tong Zeng, John Nassif, Jaden Irvin,
presenting the graduates in Communication Management, Hannah Coretti,
Jianing Yu,
Cynthia Howard,
Juntong Liu,
Sandra Alvidrez,
Zheng Yu Qi, Cameron Voorhees,
Olivia Kent,
Maria de la Mora Boras,
Farah Larson,
Kate Schumacher,
Wen Xiao Zhong,
Megan Hales,
Libby Hargrove,
Liliana Wright,
Kaylin Ann Simmons,
Ashley Maui Lopez,
Ruby Hairu Zhang,
Jennifer Kamamura,
Wan Yun Luo,
Alexia Drulius,
Candace Ting Chen,
Emily Brockhart,
Xin Qin Cai,
Adele Borhani,
Min Yi Zhao,
Samantha Maurice,
Wen Ji Wu,
Hope Matthews,
Noah Kelly,
Kennedy Lum,
Ximin Ye,
Joey Lucas,
Peter Morgan,
Hanbing Jia,
Dahlia Galvan,
Josephine Surratt Smith, 星月黄、
Deborah Melly Marcia Hatajulu.
Sinran Hu,
Kayla Monique Hackabill.
Robing Wang,
Jing Chen Yang.
嘉玉柳、
Dong Yihu.
学俏彤、
Ji Yao Zhang.
斐然曹、
Ke Ren.
岳宁昭、
Jamie Lynn Bynum.
秋秋、
Nia Murray.
Sunny 冉俏虾、
Evelyn Hetty.
Zarina Danaiva Nuberdeva,
Benjamin Roman Gruka.
Savannah Rivera,
Ethan Hisashi Haishida.
Ava Amintin,
Anya Temple.
嘉义宇、
Nina Gaines.
嘉启金、
Daniel Flores.
嘉嘉松、
Ariana Isabel Garcia.
Kylan Mingolong,
Ricardo Fabio Diaz Ortiguez.
Robert Julian Corneo III,
Sasha Daniela Pisterman.
Jaden Herskin,
Kaylin Bodwin.
Giovanni Perez,
Hu Ya Wang.
Drew Anthony Richmond,
Ting Ting Chen.
Drew Elias Yaskovich,
Jessica Silvia Sanchez.
Kasham Wahid Kayal,
Chris Pinedo.
Biana Margaret Gabudian, Maya Safe,
Megan and Dalton Thompson.
Amrita Vora,
Lauren Michelle Real.
Wenjun Huang,
Francesca Blackett.
Ren Shi Yang,
Anna Goldstein Chadwick.
Yue Han Yan,
Dimitri Mari.
Saffron Jade Walter,
Yuan Haoshen.
Samuel Finkel,
Jin Chen Zhu.
Aaron Yukin,
Yidi Zhang.
Yiran Liu,
Zhixuan Jin.
Ashley Chen,
Kennedy Carmela Simpson.
Beining Chen,
Joe Barrera.
Emily Fields,
Ashley Steptoe.
Madeline Gerstein,
Eleanor Ann Mix.
Abigail Lynn Altamose,
Megan Wall.
Kate Worsham, Hannah Suchman,
Tiana Fee.
Elin Wu,
Caitlin Misha Leah Musavian.
Suyan Chen,
Javiera Contreras.
Di Shi,
Antonio Cartoni Rios,
银铃声，
Paula Portabales,
Mona Marie Ann Walls,
Trina Gonzalez Van,
Celia Minas,
Destiny Gillette Miller,
资卷家，
Maram Kanawati Nusar,
小卷赠，
Ariana Cox,
点四汪，
Catherine Bennett,
齐安，
Teresa Ho,
Natasha Chen Mengyu,
Asante Das,
骆正王，
Andrew Emilio Quintero II,
海玉珠，
Pei Wen Wan,
只想张，
Jia Ling Zhang,
施其礼，
Han Rong Chip,
雨帆扬，
Hao Yun Wang,
Stephanie Zong,
Yue Ning Huang,
子飞安，昆并界，
Xin Yi Zhang,
燕山郭，
Xun Yue Li,
可信琛，
Wu Tong Wu,
泽汉武，
Jin Yue Guo,
燕城郭，
Carol Chen,
石解森，
Shan Shan Chun,
子志神，
Yi Wen Jin, Yi Fei Yuan,
贝严总，
菲尔苏,
Angela 荀，
张宇东,
Sky Chen,
金恒林,
Alice Xu,
陈宁,
宣怡瑶，
Zhen Greta Zhang,
辛一旺，
牙习烧,
雨杰王，
伊成章,
Betsy 世，
Nernisa Turson,
瑞昌，
灿章,
Julie Chi, Carol Ru Xiang Chu,
六康州, Keshvi Mehta, 周顺夫, Paris Xiao, 孙元夏, 单麻饭, 刘荣耀, 金韩曲, 徐宇旺, 于涵正, 一家沈英税, 金华爱。Presenting the graduates in digital social media. Yukling Francoise Leung.
Luna Lee.
Zhuang Wen.
Chanelo Ogogar.
Yue Ying Zhou.
Navya Joshi.
Liu Xi.
GT Sarkar.
Lamu Xi.
Lily Ruth Chakrian.
Eileen Wang.
Monica Salazar Jimenez.
Jing Xia Tian.
Xiao Qi Cai.
Qian Xiao.
Ifan Lee.
Tianyu Zhang.
Elaine Tantra. Xiu Qi
一直在。
英雄。
丁泰利。
子琪王。
Kirby Xavier Guerrero.
果闷州。
Anahita Mera.
于孝章。
雅xuan Hao.
林新章。
张妮成。
语义师。
应巧盖。
佩宇湾。
许斌瑶。
魏孝阳。
江宇之。
嘉敏居。
金汉国。
伟业。
高以静。
伊尼利。
千余丽。
教文教。
千余峰。
Angel Zayas.
Michael Yi.
Aaron Goodyear.
后明书。
Lauren Isaacson.
伊蕊物。
Aya Obaid.
易阳章。
Jack Mangini.
裴仁书。伊诺范。
Julia Isabel Salgado Sanchagel.
嘉明鹏。
Michaela Paulson.
王德直立。
Nadia Lozano Murphy.
艾怡王。
Sophia Anguita.
林云如。
Sophia Leon. Jia Yichen.
Allison Tu.
克强。
Judy Lee.
释阳成。
于涵凯。Lillian Wang.
Han Hang Wu.
Sissy Fang.
曾梦晃。
Skylar Liu. 吉阳吉吉利。
申文虎。
CB Kim.
杨玲阳。
志林周。
丁伟昭。辛以林。
海云月。
简庆罗、
一成功、
Mariel Sosa、
一蒙里、
Cisco Young、
苗亮、
宇泽吴、郝能争、
金一宙、
Aurora Tang、
Aurelia Yan、
李正正、
嘉怡世、
可张、辛宇江、
何宇边、
四哲黄、
简文黄、
嘉选孙、
严仁渠、
易杰张、
Shelly、
Ziyu Jin、
于通欧阳、
靳以房、
知涵芳、
永熙安、
金柳、
袁敏松、
宾于友、
吕耀顺、
施元尚、
袁金林、
Henry Yu、
房慧成、
龙宝乐、
何统成、雷岸和、
Iris 汤徐、
施景坚、詹沈荒、
Felicia Zing、
甄静学、
陈志广、
肖以帆、
赵业固、
易提糟、
裴培柳、天舟、Tiffany Wong、岳珍、离开已成果。Presenting the graduates in Global Media and Communication. 孙月武、
Hope Pathla,
杭淑、
Kari Henkin,
卓一成、
Mansi Kangura,
来位、若崇嘉、
Maria Ravazov,
迪范、
Jamilia Mamitova,
朱年武、
Yagoda Feder,
李业成、
Aziza Sana John Mohammed,
Nicolo Canyola,
Maya Gulik,
Arya Shenoy,
Liza Gill,
Maniha Hassan,
Ahan Jen,
邢丽、Nikki Lin, 陈元章、金怡丈、杨毅、 殷秋韵、新余新吉廖、于涵王、赵兴胜、Presenting the graduates in public diplomacy. Alexander Cole.
Anthony Fitzgerald. I can't see.
Ruby Sofia Figueroa Perlman.
Juliana Maitenaz. Naya Wetch Tut.
Joshua Pan.
Jessica Nuo Jie Xu.
Chi Hong Wang.
Ernesto Rivas Jr.
Yu Tong Liu. Yao Li. Presenting the master's graduates in journalism. Isaac Vargas.
Elizabeth Therese Carroll.
Carl Masad.
Mary Elizabeth Caulfield.
Naya Mane.
Brianna Greenberg.
Carla Mesa Cruz.
Erica Taylor.
Sarah Goldstein.
Valentina Vidal Ayala.
Emily J. Nichols.
Amy Contreras.
Daniel Hughes.
Yuvia Chavez Fragoso.
Grace Song.
Constanza Montemayor. Lori Yuting Lee.
Presenting the graduates in specialized journalism. Nia Simone Satterfield Brown.
Ashton Griffith.
Alana Morgan Perkins.
Travis Ellison.
Jessica Nicole Silva.
Cassidy Hudson.
Kendall Baldwin.
Madeline Page Fabricant.
Emily Fincher. Kendall Gale Washington.
Laura Pulavanainen.
Crystal Lorraine Adler. Malika Shashadri.
Lisbeth Malin Solorzano.
Alyssa Valdez. Tiger Wu.
Maricruz Jr. Villalobos.
Sina Ihab Omar. Rosaura Wordsworth. Avita Radha. Taylor Nicole Price. LaChance Perry. Presenting the graduates in specialized journalism, arts, and culture. Marie Ann Annie Harrigan.
Arjun Kocher.
Jackson Hyde White.
Ashley Sahar Shabzada.
Alexandria Louise Keller. Presenting the graduates in public relations and advertising. Clarissa Itzel Palicios. Martina Ibrishimova,
Aslan Exanthos.
Viangeli Pena,
Isabel Lang.
Maria del Carmen Levia Hernandez,
Ava Izadi.
Samantha Campos,
Angie Lopez Ipez.
Veronica Ramirez,
Alia Yunez.
Elizabeth Gutierrez,
Jorge Perez.
Ariel Valera,
Ayman Ratuma.
Lindsay Subuhi Aribian,
Anna Mueller.
Carlos Cuauhtemoc Lopez,
Anvi Mahajan.
Rachel Toyer,
Joseph Ryan Bernatia Carrion.
Bryn Elise Levin,
Yana Garankova.
Masuda Kogadai,
Gary Lee.
Sierra Son,
Samya Chandrasekharan.
Tierney Kalish,
Arnold Doshi.
Mas Xingtong Shong, Rolling Su,
Amini Serbo.
Yu Xin Tao,
AJ Leo Domingo.
Chai Yun Zhang,
Madison Williams.
Xin Yang He, Jun Yui Peng,
Jessica Tu.
Hui Ningzhu,
Sasha Elena Chapman.
Jessica Fan,
Christian Lealoha
Annie Young.
Fernandez.
Annie Young,
Jennifer Flores.
Aria Martin,
India Star.
Amira Finney,
Morgan Staton.
Jessica Toshi Bukowski,
Kyra Renee Young.
Luke Lumentour, Bo Yongzhang,
Miser Mulugeta Girmay.
Hao Zhizhong,
Alexandra Wilson.
Yi Xuanhe,
Alexa Kalila Davis.
Xin Wei Wang,
Alans Torres. Ruong Huang. Sakura Timas. Veronique Louise Jacques. Haley Bishop. Connor Williams. Abhijit Nair. Lauren Miller. Keyin Lai Lian. Yan Lin Ju. Xin Yue Zhou. Xin Yi Zhang. Jinghua Liu.
presenting the graduates in Public Relations, Innovation, Strategy, and Management. Annalyn Victoria Clark,
Denise Rodriguez.
Erin Comizo,
Aretha Burney.
Mai Altrak,
Juana Esquivel.
Kimberly Ludolph,
Kaya Huat.
Brendan Jeffrey Brown,
Kobe Calhoun.
Danny Nateras,
Isaiah Phillips.
Isabella Silva,
Mia Porter.
Alana Dickens. Gabriella Setti.
Tanitria J. Williams.
Karen Raskind.
Michelle Christina Osif.
Jeremy Maskell. Stephen Matthew Reed.
Karen Guadalupe Rosales Canales.
Darren Atkins Borders.
Caroline Mays.
Precious Angel Allen.
Marina Noreen Fote.
Gabriela Giseline Rodriguez Varela.
Carla Imani Gustav.
Aaliyah Thomas.
Milo Sanchez.
Daniela Diaz Martinez.
Chloe Koperek.
Jamie Lee.
Cameron Ania Johnson.
Ashley Fraunert.
Madeline Hunter Collins.
Cassandra Contreras.
Angelique Payne.
Ashea Athea Kumar.
Cassandra Gomez.
Jetsi Fernandez. Alea Maria Taylor.
Tani Garcha.
Kennedy Scott Lynch.
Angie Panetta.
McKenna Nakaji.
Anjali Liseth Alas Moraga.
Michael Gao.
Cassandra Nunez.
Nina Paredes.
Giovanna Avalos.
Michael Hunter. Travion Smith.
Karina Gejajian Lindsay. Lauren Eckert. Imari Marin. Jennifer Maraselli.
Presenting the Bachelor of Arts in Journalism graduates. Alexandra Evans.
Melissa Grimaldo.
Sophie May Sullivan.
Aaliyah Yee Knoll.
Stephen Noble.
Dylan Brazier.
Terrence Holton.
Kim Lee.
Anthony Botino.
Anna Fragine.
Rebecca Elizabeth Gant-Spire.
Shruti Narayanan.
Jude Ocanyas.
Isabel Crespo.
Luisa Tripoli Krasnow.
Malia Pittman.
Samantha Cohen.
Kaylee Bryant.
Nolan Ezet.
Tare Ibimami.
Ian Milley.
Selena Gahi.
Robert Westerman.
Mo Faintalua Oki Benro.
Curran H. Rastogi.
Jasmine Kwok.
Charlotte Colmes. Catherine Simons.
Aditya Tiag.
Lillian Coleman.
Malcolm Caminero.
Amantha Murphy.
Cormac Cadden.
Delaney Polachek.
Toby Groom.
Cameron Toomey.
Jake Petroff.
Safira Khan.
David John Herrera II.
Dashel Anu Chaya Yusin.
Ariane Le Coyantes.
Maribel Flores.
Lana Diab.
Roman Marchetti.
Christian Jewel Ross.
Mackenzie Johnson.
Natalie Shakari.
Alea Motwane.
Ruben Flores.
Ariel Chung.
Marco Haynes.
James Bao.
Michael Rio.
Edgar Eli Ruiz Cayetano.
Jennifer Nearer.
Aiden West Williams.
Nathan Elias.
Kira McNamara.
Adam Young.
Cordelia Charlotte Irene Weld.
Joel Anthony Robles.
Kate Stuzen.
Zachary Lara.
Audrey El Serrano.
David Alexander Sosa.
Andy Kirby.
Valeria Macias.
Lily Wong. John Millsap. Tamara Amawad. Solana Espino. Paulina Edelman. Tomo Chien. Heather Mimikos. Catherine Havens. Riley Rodriguez. Marco Alvarez. Natalia Nicole Garcia de Son. Tessa Laprades. Presenting the Bachelor of Arts in Public Relations and Advertising graduates. Michelle Lee.
Cassandra Lynn Brown.
Adriana Schneiderman.
Morelia Cadenas Gutierrez.
Tatiana Alexandrov.
Magdalena Palomares.
Joelle Telesalzan.
Lucky Michelle Garcia.
Sophia Talia Yadidi.
Natalia Lima.
Natalie Malamed.
Haley Pham.
Isabella Malamed.
Cal Miller.
Mai Kaufman.
Jordan Rosen.
Alexa Dardashti.
Kobe Russo.
Hannah Masroor.
Ethan Chang.
Megan Bowley.
Brandon Lamb.
Ethan Wong.
Matthew Holtz.
Haley Che.
Kamaya Badiani.
Tanaja Eldridge.
Arya Hanumara.
Agnes Bondo.
Leticia Gomez Carvalho.
Dorothy Castanon.
Mariel Manzella.
Cameron Juliet Weinstein.
Ali Zuwain.
Rita Ajas.
Leah Bobain.
Elise Monsanto.
Mia Sun.
Ellie Duncan.
Josh Christian Udani.
Chloe Lee.
Mia Chavez.
Ari Savannah Munoz.
Carrie Yinyao Tu.
Mercedes Leilana Marie Lewandowski.
Larry Liu.
Taylor Altman.
Ainsley Farrell.
Jade Robinson.
Liam Casey.
Memphis Mayat Johnston.
Sarah Maria Balanta.
Zora Archie Winston.
Jenna Sally.
Alex Flores.
Kwang Yang Tu.
Jade Peters-Alka.
Grace Amelia Littleworth.
Samantha Bohorquez.
Tanima Rajendra Kulkarni.
Annalisa Espinosa.
Hej Sophia Chan.
Landon Betsuro.
Marie Gio.
Joey Lafko.
Sophia Zhang.
Isabel Grace Anderson.
Joey Zhang.
Marissa Hine. Sophia Davudi.
Gerbenti Kaur.
Daniela Maria Soto.
Selena Angeles.
Taylor Kaplan.
Yeji Zhong.
Alessandra Marie Previdi.
Galvin. Ariana Athena Galvin.
Lauren Renee Woolley.
Kaylin Cassidy Sebastian Reyes.
David King.
Ashley Azaraga.
Eva Kazar Yankovic.
Madison Pottinger.
Trevor Verbiest.
Morgan Wright.
Karis Maudlin.
Kayla Sidney McCollum.
James Plank.
Kai Lamont Shotwell.
Remy Lemaire.
Grayson Solomon.
Emma Hollander.
Julia Marie Francois Alexander.
Lily Zahorchak.
Francesca Andalucci Capaldi.
Emma Christine Wong.
Gretchen Angelish.
Sean Dollywall. Van Loo.
Dono Buckley.
Iran Zatikian.
Brian Serrano.
Stephanie Pecoraro Ofiliada.
Avani Desai. Darby Klein. Sade Anderson. Inaya bin Sadiq Abdul Mateen. Haley Newton. Hannah J. Barron. Madison Jolene Peach. Ellie Gagan. Sally Kim. Israel Aurelio Zavala. Dahlia Nasser Tarazi. Celeste Stephanie Ferreira. Carla Garcia.
Presenting the Bachelor of Arts in Communication graduates. Mallory North. Zaina Debus.
Chang Ni.
Alyssa Gonzalez.
Caroline Nielsen.
Indira Escobar Zapata.
Mariah Agarwal.
Cooper Brown.
Lydia Kieflom.
Lena Rabine.
Tinsaya Yimmer.
Anson Tsun,
Hawa Yusuf,
Iris Chaewon Park,
Rokia Diaby,
Hela Badal Thakur,
Jason Haywood,
Megan Chan,
William Jefferson Jones,
Samuel Fromberg,
Jordan Milan Willis,
Clarissa Cuenca, Sasha Backus,
Cash Amos,
Dia Shrivasta,
Hayden Agapito Kimball,
Aubrey Ann Cole,
Lucas Haddock,
Bennett Myers, Johnny Bennett,
Avi Parameshwar,
Blake Elliott Buholtz,
Campbell Donovan,
Connor Buck, Catherine Adams,
Jeannie Tramontano,
Paula Punzalan,
Julia Johnston,
Sandra Salinas Perez,
Lindsay Bedingfield,
Andrea Martinez,
Olive Honor Pritchard,
Wendy Chavez,
Anderson Brooks Morelli,
Brenda April Alvarez,
Maya Gentry,
Andrew Campos,
Lauren Biagiotti,
Andrew R. Hong,
Sophia Herbert,
Shija Young,
Benjamin Roble,
Ashley Yuchi Huang,
Eamon Aldrich,
Zhang Ningshong,
Dimitri Protonentis,
Shuo Xinguang,
Valerie Manzano,
Zhang Wudong,
Nicole Alexa Renzulli,
Ariel Zhou,
Connor Wyckoff,
Jimo Zhao,
Isabella Murray,
Leighton Osborne,
Serafina Smith,
Emma Charney,
Claire Rui Zhang,
Delaney Carl,
Jada Nicole Ward,
Alexandra Isabella Moreno,
Izhuo Fan,
Catherine Lucero,
Jia Yi Cai,
Alice Chu,
Lily Griffiths,
Renee Sa,
Olivia Relucio,
Emily Catherine Vargas,
Megan Fitzpatrick,
Skylar Robinson,
Isabel Rollins,
Sam Ruiz,
Sophia Kaylani Manley,
Gabriel Shen,
Lyndon McCarroll,
Mitchell England,
Maya Simone Packer,
Andrew Alberton,
Joshua Sarah Lala,
Eric Hun Lee,
Cameron Herman,
Grace O. Chung,
Sophia Schwartz,
Alexandra Gallos Torso,
Sloan Steinloff,
Emilia Garcetti Alonso,
Maxine Zurif,
Connor Tuitt,
Ava Tagioff,
Dahlia Chavez,
Maxine Patricia Finks,
Aiden Fingeret,
Apple Diamond,
Jade Bong,
Charles Burko,
Mila Siri Monkovic,
Bennett Fraser Patterson,
Katie Lee,
Nicola Pacholski,
Amanda Lay,
Lily Moeda,
Sarah Ju,
Avery Zulik.
Joshua Sacker,
Lucas Simon.
Jonathan Bender,
Alexander Johann Becken.
Matthew Kim,
William Walker Spoor.
Jiahe Yao Huang,
Charlie Sidney Boyd.
Yunze Li,
Charlotte Otis.
Sophia Cortez,
Juliet Stone.
Erica Jones,
Monica Edelman.
Cariana Carter,
Gia Parr.
Johnny Salmaran, Casey Roberts,
Michelle Wee.
Lillian Beatrice McDuff Cope, Kate Garrity,
Breda Gaston.
Michelle Vivian Feng,
Melanie Ramirez.
Samantha Noel Lee Fidwa, Jesse Siegel,
Please welcome back USC Annenberg Dean Willow Bay.
All right, everyone, this marks the end of the official commencement celebration. Graduates, turn around, look at me, and move your tassels to the left. May I be the first one to welcome you to our new USC Annenberg alumni, class of 2026. Well done. Congratulations, graduates, and fight on.